Bobby J. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go pick up a track loader, skid steer, compact track loader, skiddy steer, whatever you want to call it. Thing that slides around back and forth with a bucket on the front. So I'm going to pick up a JCB 3TS-8T, which is a Teleskid model tracked compact loader. And been shopping for a new skid steer here for quite a while. I've got an aging 843 Bobcat and need something that's a little faster. That's one problem. That thing is so slow. So we're headed to the dealer now to go pick it up. They've got it on waiting for me for a demo, and we're gonna go check this thing out. See you there. Okay, a sea of red tractors, which I have no problem with. I'm a red tractor kind of guy. But where's my Teleskid? Where's my Teleskid? And there's one hiding back there, but that's a 270T. And where's it at? Where's it at? I guess they're gonna make me go look for it. I'll find it. Oh, there it is. Oh, they dropped it off for me while I was filling out paperwork. Yeah, look at this thing. Oh yeah. Whew, that is a big machine. Wow, look at that sucker. 114,000, I think, is what it said this thing cost new. Nice machine. Nice machine. Okay, we don't have all day. Let's get this thing loaded. Okay, let's see here. We got tie down there. And we got, oh, here we go. Let me grab on right there. Okay, that's not bad. All right, looking pretty good. yeah, I can kind of see why people love these track machines so much. I mean, the flotation and traction is awesome. I do spend a lot of time on asphalt, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. So, you know, it came down to about 3 different machines for me. Case, JCB, and Cap were the 3. Takeuchi was a consideration too. Takeuchi, the first issue is Takeuchi, that dealer is out of all of them, that's the furthest dealer from me. I don't necessarily care for that. They're in the greater Sacramento area, so they're a good hour and 10, 20 minutes away. You know, later in life of the machine, when you have a breakdown, you can't get it loaded because it's put where it's at, and you gotta have dealer service. You already got 3 hours of just them getting there to the machine and back home. So that's a consideration. And the thing with the Takeuchi to me is like a very fancy and very deluxe Kubota. And I don't mean that, you know, kind of in the terms of like a Chevy Tahoe to a Cadillac Escalade. And I don't mean that in a derogatory term at all. I have no interest in a Chevy Tahoe, but I have a Cadillac Escalade. So I have no derogatory meaning behind that. But it seems like, you know, the Kubota, I ruled out the Kubota because it seemed kind of cheap compared to the other brands. Performance-wise, it definitely lacks a little bit, I think, anyway. And it's kind of a bummer because actually the New Holland and the Case or Kubota dealer is the closest dealer I have to my place. But like I said, I didn't like the gauge cluster. I didn't like the machine in general. I just didn't care for the pumpkin. And that's not saying I have some Kubota equipment and I don't really have a whole lot of complaints. The other thing was the price is, you know, the old one of the old selling points of Kubota. Buy a Kubota. It's cheaper than a John Deere, cheaper than a Case. You know what? The Case was the price the best. And so Caterpillar, then it came down to Caterpillar. Pretty decent dealer, except the sales department wouldn't call me back. It's a little bit on the pricier side of things. I passed on the Cap. So the Case and the JCB is what it boiled down to for me. The Case, I went and drove one around the yard. Nice machine. They have by far the best display out of all of them. That new display they have is awesome. Backup camera, Bluetooth radio, some things that don't come in the JCB. I really like that machine, honestly. And if it wasn't for the JCB, it'd be no question. In fact, I even have thoughts of possibly in the future coming up with a Case skid steer, a wheel machine, a smaller one that's easier to wheel, or easier to haul and get around. But for now, so, you know, back to the JCB. Again, the Teleskid aspect is such a cool feature. The side door, some people make a big deal out of the side door. The side door wasn't a big deal for me. And the reason for that is I don't really mind going through the front. The side door is better, but it was like number 3. Number 3. Oh, that's the reverser fan just came on. That's kind of cool. Every 15 minutes, the fan will reverse to clean itself. Number 3 was the side entry. Second thing was the torque. I want to talk about power on the JCB. Here's something real interesting. The Takeuchi 12, regardless if it's the radial or vertical, uses the 3.8 liter Kubota 3800 engine, makes 111 horsepower and I think 283 foot-pounds of torque. The Cap makes 74 horsepower. Regarding the 74 horsepower machines, the Cap makes 74 horsepower, somewhere around, I think it might be just 200 foot-pounds. The case, 74 horsepower, like 230. But what's interesting is, in fact, none of the emissions machines from Case and Cat, those all have under 300 foot-pounds of torque. And like I said, the Takeuchi that uses the 111 horse Kubota, it has 283 foot-pounds of torque. The JCB has 298 foot-pounds of torque because it's got a 4.3 liter engine. I'm assuming that might be partly why. And that 4.3 liter, I think, is actually the biggest displacement engine in a compact track loader. There's only two machines that I'm aware of that actually surpass the torque of the JCB, and that's the big Monster 620 Case with its 114 horsepower, a little 3.4 liter, and then the ASV 135 with a 3.8 liter Cummins, and it's well over 300 foot-pounds. Now, two honorable mentions would be the ASV. I did look at the ASV, and there's some benefits with ASV, the hydraulic flow and the ground speed of the ASV. But the track system itself, I've heard, is expensive to work on, and that kind of scared me. And the other thing is dealer support. I didn't feel that there was dealer support with some of the other brands in my area. So I ruled that one out. And then the other one would be John Deere. I don't know, sometimes I don't gel well with John Deere equipment, and I kind of ruled out the Deere, but I probably did not give it a fair shake. So it came down though to two main things for me, was the actual utility use of the machine, and that Teleskid feature just kept hounding me in the back of my head. That's what you want. That's what you want. That is the type of versatility that you need. And then the other thing is good dealer support behind the machine that you choose to purchase. And so, like I said, N&S Tractor, I think this is the machine for me. I think I'm going to order one. This one here, I will not be taking this one home because I want to order the machine. I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve to see. I actually want to see if I can get JCB to build me a Teleskid with the forestry package, because I spent so much time in orchards. I want the protection that the forestry package offers for the windows and everything, and because I do want to do some mulching. I want to get a mulching head for it. So I'm going to see if JCB will do that. I don't know. It's probably a 50-50 chance, maybe even worse chance than that. Maybe it's a 25-75, but it sure would be nice to have the Teleskid with the 325T forestry package on this machine. So we'll see what happens. I gotta get back to work. I'm gonna keep running this thing, and man, am I having some fun. Check this out. Man, that thing's got some lights on it. I am impressed with that. I mean, not saying that JCB's got something over anybody else, but hey, a new piece of equipment compared to my old Bobcat that's practically got, like, you know, a candle lit. Pretty impressive. All right, picking this up, this float here. Try to get this thing moved out of the way. We're spraying right now, and I dropped this thing in the orchard, and he's gonna come driving up and go, oh crap, there's something in my way. Don't hit the 3-axle. Okay. Ah, there it is. Got it moved. All right. Okay, I'm all loaded up, ready to get out of here, get home, get some sleep. But very interesting day, having the privilege to be able to, my local dealer allowing me to demo this unit to see if this is in fact the one that I'm going to go with, which I'm thinking real heavily this is in fact the way to go. I'm in love. This is a pretty good machine. Yeah, with, you know, the thing is, it's extremely versatile. That's the main thing, is extremely versatile. So got to take it back tomorrow, drop it back off with the dealer, and then I'll have to get mine ordered, get mine coming. So I put about 4 hours on the Teleskid, and all I can say is I am indeed quite impressed. Nice machine. That machine's pretty heavy. I actually weighed it myself on my scale, and it weighs 12,600 pounds with the bucket, when about a third of a tank of fuel. It was exactly 12.6. And that thing's got some push to it. And, you know, it's a very stable platform. That probably goes to more of a selling point on tracks than anything else. Reminds me of, I run combines, and it reminds me of running a combine on tires versus a combine on tracks, the stability. And so, yeah, I don't think at this point I can live without the Teleskid feature. I'm using it a couple times an hour for all kinds of weird stuff. Out of the 4 hours I've ran this machine, I used that more than I thought I would. Power, it's got good power. I mean, I probably actually would like to have even a little bit more. We're trying to run multi-functions in speed 2 and turning and trying to go up and down with the arm. I found that I could bog it down or going uphill with a full bucket in second speed. That's also where it wanted to kind of start to run out of horsepower. Definitely, you know, the torque is there, but yeah, could use another 20 horsepower. But it's not to say that the thing is really short on power. I mean, it's got power. And, you know, the cab in the JCB is probably the nicest cab that I've driven. The case was nice, but the JCB's got more room. Better visibility. Some people are complaining about the visibility on the right-hand side where the boom is. Just pick up the arm further. I mean, yeah, if you've got the bucket down at shin level, yeah, it kind of blocks you right here. But pick it up. Go up another 3 feet with the bucket. Boom, you can see out the whole right-hand side. So that is I'm busting that one. People that are complaining about visibility on the right-hand side. But I will give you a couple things that I would personally maybe possibly complain about. The biggest is it takes 3 functions to get the machine going when you get into the cab. You've got to, like on a mini excavator, your left-hand console, that swings up and down, like I said, like a mini excavator. So you got to put that down. Then you got to swing your safety bar, and then the third thing is you have to push the park button to take it out of park. Now you're good to go. I don't know if there's a reason why JCB did that. I personally would wire that thing when you swing the safety bar down, or the lap bar, whatever you want to call it, that the park brake automatically comes off. That would be nice, because that would only then give you 2 steps to get the machine going. Outside of that, I saw quite a bit of mud and debris that likes to collect there behind the quick coupler on the arm, but that might just be the nature of the beast. There might be a whole lot JCB can do about that. So there's a spot there where it likes to collect mud and everything that has to be dug out periodically. Other than that, you know, JCB could get a little bit fancier with the gauge cluster. With, you know, today's standards of all these going to screens and all your gauges are digital. You know, the analog gauges maybe are a little bit on the plain Jane side of things. Not as bad as the Kubota, I'll tell you that. Again, looking at the Kubota, when I set in it, is I'm gonna pay more than a case for the Kubota, and it's got no screen, and the backup camera looks cheap? I don't think so. Case was all day long, way nicer than the Kubota, and that was a big deal, was how cheap the inside of the Kubota looked. And I didn't care for the door that goes like this. See, that wasn't the Taka. That's why, like I said, the Takahauchi and the Kubota, I kind of put them, kind of grouped them together for me personally. No offense to the Takahauchi guys, but like, that's another thing that's a similarity there, is that sliding door. I wasn't a big fan of that. But so, yeah, those are the things that I may have a small complaint about on JCB. Definitely they can make an improvement there on the gauges and go to a more modern screen setup if they wanted to. But on the other hand, all I'm doing is getting fancy. I'm just getting fancy and comparing it to that Case touch screen. But all in all, there you go. There's basically the rundown on the JCB. Badass machine. Really. I mean, that thing is awesome. And I did a lot of extending out the Teleskid and then back dragging, trying to kind of test the strength of that single arm. And, you know, kind of rock on the machine back and forth. The bucket moves with the machine. There's no play in that. Even with that thing Teleskid, you know, slid pretty far out there. No, I'm impressed with that. And there's a lifetime warranty. If you have any breakage on that boom, that has a lifetime warranty on it. So I think they feel pretty strong about it too. So there you go. There's the rundown, and I gotta go grab another piece of equipment. We're trying to spray also. I gotta go get the sprayer, get it out here, and get it ready for tonight. There you go. There's the rundown on the JCB. I'm buying one. I'm buying it. Am I gonna buy it? That was the question. Should I buy it? I'm buying that sucker. I'm gonna go, like I said, I'm gonna order one. I want the forestry package. If I can get it, I'm gonna try. I don't know if they'll build it for me or not, but dang it, I want it. I want the guard, the window guards and the cooler guards and everything. And so there it is. There's JCB 3TS-8T.